Drake here with maritimegardening.com. Just out in the garden, get some stuff done in the morning before the black flies show up. And I'm making a bed here that has an irregular shape. What I've done here, I've got a space. I want the garden bed to be 2 feet from the fence. I found everything that's growing close to the fence. These beds were up against the fence, and the 2 feet closest to the fence was the poorest results. Just nothing wants to grow that close to the fence. All the bush outside the fence gets high over the course of the summer, casts shade, and they're all creeping, weedy type bushes that creep in, and there's really no way to keep them from doing that. Lots of people have given me suggestions for how to deal with that. I think all of those suggestions, if you really think it through, not going to work over the long run, just making more work for myself. So the main thing is to establish a perimeter, a weedless perimeter within the fence zone, and it also allows me to access the garden from that side. So I'm making a bed here, but as you can see, the fence curves here. Here I got a straight line, and you can see it's narrower there than it is over there. So I want a bed that has an irregular shape. It's not a rectangle, it's not a square. Okay, there's a name for that, it's just not coming to mind. So anyway, it's going to be that distance over there and about 7 feet this way. It's going to be 8 feet from there to there, about 7 feet from there to there, and that's about 4 feet. But I haven't measured any of this. I mean, all I did was, how I figured this out was I determined how far I wanted this corner from the fence, drove a post in. Then I measured 8 feet to where I wanted this corner to be and drove that post in, because the wood I have is 8 feet long. All these other measurements are less than 8 feet. This distance here is about 7 feet, right? So my 8-foot planks will definitely work, right? So I'm just gonna tack them in place, make my mark, and then cut them off. I've also dug up all the soil that was in the area and put it in the center, and all the soil went all the way to the fence, right? So I had to make space. And it's not perfectly level, but I got it relatively level. It isn't, it slopes off, and that's going to create problems for the construction, but not the end of the world. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera up on a high point and get to work here and just show you the process. All right, so here we go. There. Which one go see? Sharp tools. Sharp tools make short work of everything. Now I just have the hard work of turning this really weedy mess into decent soil. This is a bed where I grew something last year, like lettuce or something like that, which was done in July. And instead of being smart, once your lettuce is done, you should plant something else. But if you're not going to use a bed, lettuce is always, if you plant your lettuce in April, it's done by July, maybe even June. If you're not going to use that bed for anything else, you should put leaf bags or cardboard or something over it for the remainder of the growing season, so that no weeds get established, right? And whatever weeds are there just rot and disappear, and the whole thing is pristine and ready for the next year. How long does that take? A couple minutes? And I didn't do that, so I've got this big weedy mess. Every one of these weed clumps, I gotta bust it up, right? I get these fantastically aggressive weeds, right? These all have to be busted up, and the weeds have to be thrown in the compost, right? So it's just a tedious job, but it's all part of gardening. It's just how she goes. Alright, so I wasn't going to film the sorting out of the weeds in this space, but in the tradition of my showing that a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, it's really not that big a deal. I don't know how long that took. I think maybe 10 minutes, right? But now I got good soil here. I've got some manure in my driveway that I had delivered last fall, so I'm going to put a wheelbarrow full of manure on this. It's well-aged manure. I'm just going to work it in with this pickaxe and smooth it all out, and I think I'm going to plant cabbage here. This bed's, you know, almost ready for planting. Not a big deal. So I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.